Cultural regions of the United States, Distant Learning, Week 9. Cultural regions of the USA. The United States comprises several different regions, each with its own rich history and cultural identity. What is a culture? Culture is the total way of life for particular groups of people. It includes everything that a group of people thinks, says, eats, does, and makes. Its system, attitudes, and feelings. Culture is learned and transmitted from generation to generation. This week, we will take a virtual road trip around the United States, exploring the various regions and cultures of our amazing country. First stop is the Mid-Atlantic region. It includes the states of Delaware, Maryland, New Jersey, New York, and Pennsylvania. The historical cultures of this area are German, Swedish, and British and Dutch. The Mid-Atlantic region. The terrain is fertile farmlands, mountains, forests, and coastline. The climate is mild short winters, warm summers, with 20 to 60 inches of precipitation per year. The Mid-Atlantic region. The common regional foods include molasses cake, chicken, corn soup, scrapple, pickled pig's feet, coffee cake, shoofly pie, and fruits and vegetables. The early food customs. The Pennsylvania Dutch meals contained 7 sweets and 7 sours. They used preservatives like relishes and jams to add flavor to bland meals. The kiefelesh is a mid-morning snack of coffee and baked goods. In the Mid-Atlantic region, there is the Pennsylvania Dutch, established mostly of the traditional food customs of this area. When they arrived, the settlers called them Duitsche, which was mispronounced as Dutch. Many Amish and Mennonite settlers from Germany settled here as well. Now we're going to the southeastern region. The states include Alabama, Arkansas, Florida, Georgia, Kentucky, Louisiana, Mississippi, North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, Virginia, West Virginia. The historical cultures of this area include French, British, Irish, Scottish, Spanish, African, and Native Americans. The southeastern region. Common regional foods are peanuts, fish and seafood, Brunswick stew, corn or hominy, chitterlings, hush puppies, cornbread, okra, fried chicken, ham, greens, jambalaya, and gumbo. The southeastern region is known for its soul food. It was developed by African slaves, Native Americans, and European sharecroppers who used what was readily available to make meals with. The southeastern region is also known for its Cajun cuisine. It combines foods from southern Louisiana with French influences. It uses strong hot flavors along with wild game and seafood, and it's considered to be more country food. Next stop is the Midwest region. This includes the states of Illinois, Iowa, Kansas, Michigan, Minnesota, Missouri, Nebraska, North Dakota, Ohio, Oklahoma, South Dakota, Wisconsin. Historical cultures. It was inhabited by New England settlers, Native Americans, and European settlers. The Midwest region. The climate, cold long winters in the north, warm to hot summers with a precipitation of 20 to 40 inches annually. The terrain, flat rolling hills, rich soil, fertile farmlands, lakes, and streams. This region is also called the nation's breadbasket because of the large amount of farmland and grazing land that is available and the amount of food that is grown in this area. Midwest region's common regional foods: roast beef, fish, dairy, corn on the cob, home-baked breads and pies, jams, steak, bratwurst, meatballs, and hot cereal. Early food customs. Generally, Midwest cooking uses simple cooking techniques with little to no extra seasoning. The standard meal is meat and potatoes. Potluck buffet dinners were popularized in the Midwest and often centered around church or community fairs and picnics. Now we're off to the West and Southwest. It includes the states of Arizona, Colorado, Idaho, Montana, Nevada, New Mexico, Texas, Utah, Wyoming. The historical cultures of this region are Native Americans, Spanish, Mexicans, and the cowboy culture. The West and Southwest climate is hot, sunny, and dry. The annual precipitation is 0 to 20 inches. The terrain can include desert, mountains, and grassy ranges, coastlines, and oil fields. This is the origins of chili. The West and Southwest common regional foods include beef, game, sheep, chili peppers, corn, beans, chili con carne, nachos, tamales, and sopapillas. Early food customs. Barbecuing is very common. Most meals include some type of corn product. The Pacific Coast region. This includes the states of Alaska, California, Hawaii, Oregon, and Washington. The historical cultures of this region include Mexican, Spanish, Japanese, Korean, Chinese, Russian, French, Canadian, Polynesian, American settlers from the east. The climate can be cold, long winters in Alaska, wet year-round in the north, warm and sunny and dry in California, and tropical in Hawaii. The terrains, mountains and fertile valleys, dense forest along the coastline. Early food customs included simple cooking techniques such as baking, broiling, and steaming. Pacific Coast, common regional foods: seafood, sourdough bread, chop suey, wine, olives, tomato, avocados, citrus and grapes, apples, and cioppino, which is fish stew. The region's fertile soil, climate, shipping ports, the Pacific Ocean, and the gold rush all influenced the Pacific Coast cuisine, along with the different cultures of early inhabitants. Hawaii. These islands started as underwater volcanoes, so all the food not native to the land has to be brought there from outside. The island is too far out for birds or insects to spread seeds very far. Back home, the New England region. This includes the states of Connecticut, Maine, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Rhode Island, and Vermont. Historical cultures include Native Americans and British. The New England region. The terrain is mountain forest and coastline. The climate includes long cold winters, moderate summers, lots of rain, 40 to 60 inches annually. Native Americans taught settlers to tap trees, plant native crops, use wild game, and food preservation. The New England region common foods included seafood, wild fowl, maple syrup, berries, Boston brown bread, Boston baked beans, Johnny cakes, and clam chowder. The early food customs included meals prepared in an iron pot which hung over the home's fireplace. Food preservation was important to keep it through the winter. This included salting, drying, pickling, and smoking. If you would like to learn more, here's some links to trivia and videos about our nation's regions. And if you have been on a road trip or visited some of these places, share a picture or a travel story with GCF on our Facebook Learning group. You can just follow the link below. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed this lesson. Have a good day.